Sorry for texting you all of a sudden. Don't get surprised. Are you Miss Caitlin? Yes. Who is this? Oh, thank God. I'm glad I was able to reach you. I wasn't confident remembering your number. I'm so happy. I'm your daughter, Amanda. Amanda? Mom, it's me, Amanda. Help me. If I don't do anything, I'll... Your account name is different. Are you really Amanda? What? The account name shows Jake. Are you really Amanda? I'm sorry for texting you suddenly. My phone is hidden, so I can't use it. I'm borrowing his phone right now. Your phone is hidden? What? By who? Why? By my mother-in-law. Sarah did that? Why would she do that? Anyway, I've been worried about you, really. Hey, did something happen over there? Actually, she has been controlling my phone for a long time, and I haven't been able to text freely. My father-in-law happened to leave his phone at home today, so I thought today was the only day I could reach you. I'm texting you with my heart pounding. Controlling? What is that? That's awful. Why does she have to keep such a close eye on you? To prevent me from asking someone for help or telling anyone about what's being done to me in this house. Isn't it scary? Help? What the hell is she doing to you? You haven't called me in 10 years since you got married. I've always wondered how you were doing. I had no idea this was happening. I wanted to call you, but she wouldn't let me. She told me that after I'm married, I'm not supposed to go to your home anymore. Of course, I couldn't go home, so actually, it's been very hard every day. I wanted to see you. I was worried about you too, so I called you several times. But she once told me that it was rude of me to call her so often. I couldn't say anything back. You also said you were fine and doing well, so I couldn't talk to you. She made me say that too. She hates it when you call me, so she told me to tell you not to call me anymore. Amanda, what's going on? Tell me everything. Well, she makes me work every day without a break, like a slave. No one helps me. My father-in-law, Tom, no one. It's so depressing that I want to run away from this house. A slave? Are they making you work that hard? You mean you work at a farm? That as well, but I'm also made to do every chore. I feel like I'm a housekeeper. Every chore? Everyone wakes up early, so I have to get up before them and make breakfast. I get up at 4 a.m. to make breakfast because I get scolded if I don't make enough. After that, I do everyone's laundry, clean their rooms, and take everyone's lunches to the field. While they are working, I prepare coffee and snacks and help out in the fields and come back to make dinner before everyone comes back. Father-in-law and Tom take a shower first, and as soon as the bath is finished, I serve them wine with dinner. I sit with everyone until they finished eating, and then I clean up the mess by myself. I'm not allowed to eat with them because I'm a wife, so I have to eat the leftovers in the kitchen. Then I make the bed for everyone, and finally, that's the end of the day. If I couldn't do all this by myself, they wouldn't let me sleep in my room. I can only take a shower after everyone. I guess I'm just grateful to be able to take a shower. What the hell? They make you do all those things? That's not a wife's job. That's worse than a housekeeper. It sure is a slave. But she says if I can't do them, there's no point in marrying her son. That's what a wife is supposed to do. Mom, is that true? That's so prehistoric. What about Tom? He doesn't say anything? He says I'm not trying hard enough to understand her. What she says is absolute. That's all he says. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. What is that? It's like you are under house arrest. I can't believe that Sarah is making you do such terrible things. I thought Tom would make you happy. I didn't even think that this was happening. My mother-in-law, she looks nice outside, but inside our house, she's completely different. She's an amazingly different person. Tom always follows to her. Tom's brother and his wife live with us, and I have to take care of them too. I can't take this anymore. I want to go home. Amanda, are they at home right now? Nobody's here. They're all on a trip right now. Huh? On a trip? What do you mean? Did they leave you behind? Yeah. She said I'm not recognized as a family member yet because I'm a wife. A wife's job is to take care of the house. So when I can do both housework and work, I'm a full-fledged family member. That's why I should stay home and take care of the house, doing all by myself. Oh, so no one's coming home today? No, they said they'll be back tomorrow evening. Okay, Amanda, get ready to leave that house now. Make sure you bring what you need so you don't have to go back. What? I showed your dad this message and he said he'll drive to pick you up. He's mad than ever. Of course I am too. Anyway, we're on the way right now, so just wait for us. Now? You're coming to Texas? By car? That's like 6 hours away. We don't care about that. We can't sit and let our daughter get hurt like this. Besides, if we're going to help you, it's better to help you when no one is around. Now is your chance. We'll be right there. Just wait for us. Okay. Mom? What? I'm sorry I haven't called you. And thanks so much. What are you saying? Why wouldn't we? You are more important than our lives. You are our daughter. That won't change even if you grow up. All right. Wait for us. Hey, Caitlin. Can you please answer this phone? What's with this note? It's insane to enter someone's house without permission while they're away and do this. That girl is ours. Give her back now. We brought our daughter back last night. She's been through some pretty rough times. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? She's sleeping peacefully now. Huh? What are you talking about? Don't be dumb. What's up with you, Sarah? My daughter told me everything. Everything you made her do in your house. I trusted your family and sent my daughter there. But isn't this terrible? I made her do everything? Seriously? Don't make me sound like a bad person. She was talking about housework, right? But it's normal for a wife to do housework at home. What's so terrible about it? You've crossed the line. She said she only eats leftover food, and you make her eat in the kitchen. My daughter is not a servant. Oh, no, of course not. She eats 3 meals a day, and we eat together. Caitlin, you're worrying too much. Don't say weird things. That's not how she looks when she eats 3 meals a day. She's too thin. What would you do if she collapses when you make her do all the housework while she's so wobbly? Sarah, you're evil. God, that's why I didn't want her to contact you. Huh? I have her phone to protect my family harmony. But that sneak thief, she searched around my house while we were away. I'm sorry, Caitlin, but you failed at parenting. To be honest, I'm disappointed. Huh? Kids these days, whenever they have a bad day, they immediately tell their parents, like it's all our fault. They don't have patience, or maybe they just don't have guts. They're so weak and annoying. I'm trying to be kind and taking care of her so that she can fit in. You don't even get it? To fit in? Is this how you treat her? It's like you're treating her like a slave. If you really want to deepen your family relationship, why didn't you just go on a trip together? Making her stay home alone? I can't believe it. You are treating her like a slave, not allowing her to spend money and time freely, and forcing her to do all the chores. Ugh. What are you mad at me for making her stay at home? You're a doting parent. But no choice, right? She's almost like a parasite. Even I can't afford to take a parasite on a trip. We're not that wealthy. A parasite? Even though you make her do all that work? How can you say that? It's only natural for a housewife to do them. I've done it myself. What's wrong with making her do what she needs to do? I heard that you even make her prepare your underwear and pajamas after you take a shower. Where did this noble family come from? It sounds like she's your servant. And you even make her take care of her brother-in-law and his wife? I can't believe it. That's because now that we have more people in our house, she has more time. It would be more fun if we all lived together anyway. What difference does it make if we have 1 or 2 more people to take care of? You're getting too involved in other people's business. Even though you're her mother, it's annoying. She belongs to our family now. When you marry into a family, it's only natural that you should work for that family. I wish you would stop being so stingy with other people's family. It is natural to cooperate and support each other. But it's absolutely wrong to put everything on my daughter alone, isn't it? And to make her so exhausted? Huh? It's called training! Don't you understand? You were a bride once too, right? I've explained everything. So can you give me back Amanda? Her work is piling up and it's really annoying. She'll have to work harder than usual. No, I won't send her back there anymore. I'm afraid her life is in danger. I'll also proceed with the divorce. This is her will and also our will as her parents. What? What are you saying so selfishly? How can you allow such a thing? What about our housework? There will be no one left to do it. We'll be in trouble. Why don't you do it yourself? You're a housewife too. You've been doing it for a long time, so 1 or 2 more people won't make much difference. Oh well, if that's what you think, then that's fine. I thought we'd get along as a family, but divorce? I'd rather prefer it. It doesn't make any difference whether or not I have that wife who's useless and a piece of shit. I'll find someone better for my son's wife. You'll soon find out if it's the same without our daughter. You'll really be in trouble. But I don't want you to cancel the divorce, so I'm going to visit you today with my family. Amanda and your son will have a thorough discussion then. You're so stubborn, even though it's your fault. You guys are just like each other. I don't care if you regret it later. Caitlin, can I talk to you? It's about Amanda. Yes, what is it? We've already gone through the divorce proceedings and received compensation, so I don't think there's anything more to talk about. To be honest, I don't even want to talk to you. Don't say that. Forget about the compensation. I already gave up. It's not that you gave up. There was nothing else you could do, right? Amanda has been keeping a diary of how you and the family treated her. She hid it from you guys so that you wouldn't find out. You can't make any excuses. I don't know where she hid that worn-out diary. We have the hospital receipts too. I couldn't help but cry when I saw them. How could you put her in that condition? That's an adult being so thin in this century, being treated so badly every day. It makes my blood boil even when I think about it now. What kind of family is it? No, that was like an accent. You know, when you have an accent, it sounds strong, right? That's it. It sounded too strong for her. And I even let her eat. Anyway, I texted you today to ask you for a favor. A favor? You don't deserve a favor from me. Hey, about Amanda? Can we have her here again? Huh? Why? Actually, since my younger son and his wife came to live with us, there's a lot of housework and I can't handle it anymore. I need help with cooking, laundry, and other chores. I can't do them all by myself. What? Hey, my daughter and you have nothing to do with each other, right? What do you mean you want her help? There's no point in going there, right? Besides, that's what you've been making her do by herself, right? You know, I'm getting old and things aren't as they used to be. My body doesn't move as quickly as it did when I was young. You know what I mean? I don't know. Don't say that. Amanda should know about our chores, And since she was family once, I thought it would be better to have her here. We discussed it together yesterday and decided. So I'm sorry, but can she come home from tomorrow? No. It's impossible for someone to serve people they hate and have nothing to do with. Even Amanda doesn't want to see you guys anymore. Don't use the word family only when it's convenient for you. Moreover, she's already divorced, so you are strangers. That's really unbelievable. Can you please not contact me ever again? Hey, who do you think you are? Just because you're her mother doesn't give you the right to make such decisions. Why do you keep doing whatever you want? I don't even want my daughter to hear about this. You're persistent. Why don't you ask her? Tell her we'll even take her on a trip with us next time. She'll definitely say she wants to come back. Do you think she will agree to something like that? That's not normal. You people have no idea how much she has been hurt. You know what? Tom told her that it was great that he didn't have to hear her nag anymore during the divorce. There's no way she would want to go back to such place. Please stop making fun of us. Fine. I'll make him apologize properly. Then okay, right? Huh? It's not about Tom. You apologize first. Well, that won't change anything though. I have nothing to talk to you anymore, so if you'll excuse me. Wait! If you are same age as me, you should understand how hard housework is, and I'm doing it all by myself right now. You have Tom's brother's wife there, right? Why don't you two help each other? 2 housewives are enough, right? No, she's so uptight. She doesn't respect me. She's always on her phone when she's home. She doesn't listen to me. What? Sarah? Now is the time to hide her phone to protect the harmony of the house. You're good at that kind of thing, aren't you? Letting a wife use her phone all the time? That's not like you. Of course I can't. You don't know what she'll say. See? So you can use my daughter, who is kind and modest, but you can't order a strong-willed person who talks back to you like her. You are like a child who bullies the weak. You are the worst kind of person. I will never give you my daughter again. Wait! Don't say that, please! Please, help me! I'll give you our food for free, too! That makes it even, right? Don't ever contact me again. I don't even want to hear from you. We're not so poor that we need free food. As I imagined, my ex-husband's family collapsed soon. They had cut corners too much until now. Because I had worked so hard for them and they got used to it, they quickly became irritated by the fact that the housework was piled up and that the meals didn't taste good. I think we should never forget to be thankful even if we are family. Still, no one seemed to want to face the reality. My ex-husband and mother-in-law came to take me back to their house once, but my father turned them away with a scary face, so they never came back. Of course, I don't want to go back. I found out later that my brother-in-law and his wife had a gambling habit, and because of it, they couldn't make ends meet, so they moved in with his parents. My mother-in-law didn't know that, but I am sure that she invited those idiots, thinking that it would be more fun to have more family members. I can imagine that they are having a terrible life by now. Well, not my business. I have found a new job and am starting my life over again. I would like to live my own life from now on. I am so glad I got out of that house. I'm thinking of repaying my parents, since I owe them for saving me from that hell.
I'm in trouble. Hey, there's a guy at my house right now, a friend of yours. Oh, that's Jeffrey. He's my friend. He just called me and we're going to have a drink after a long time. I'm still working and won't be home for another 2 hours and Jeffrey's already on his way. I told him to go home first. Huh? If that's the case, you should have called me first. I can't let someone I don't know come to my house. Anyway, I told him to come back when you get back, so he went home. What the hell is that? That's so rude. I've texted you, telling you that my friend is coming before Jeffrey got to her house. I didn't receive that one. You should check it again. I'm sure that I sent it. I checked it already, but I really haven't received your message. You must be mistaken. You should double check. Gosh. Seems that there was a transmission error when I sent that. See? You didn't send it. But when Jeffrey told you that he's a friend of mine, it's your job as my wife to shut up and entertain him. That's not very nice. You sent him home without even offering him a cup of tea. You're useless. I don't even know him. What if he's a criminal who pretended to be your friend? What if he does something nasty to me? How could anyone do that? I don't think Jeffrey would harm you, Rose. You are too self-conscious. Are you telling me that I'm worse than you, who forgot to let me know that your friend was coming? Think about it. Why didn't you just ask him to show you the conversation on his phone? That way you would have known we were friends, right? See? That's easy. I thought so too. I told him that too, but he said that he forgot his phone and wouldn't let me see it. If there was no way to check whether he was your friend or not, there was nothing I could do. Even after that, my husband kept complaining to me for a while. His friend also treated me as if I were a devil's wife. Jeffrey forgot that my husband made a mistake by not texting me before he came to our house. Both of them blamed me, as if I was the only one at fault. No matter how much I was blamed, I could not trust my husband's friend. I just could not trust him in any way. No matter if my husband has given his permission, I don't think it's a good idea to visit a newlywed when the wife is all alone in the house. Also, what everyone shouldn't forget is, my husband said that Jeffrey is already on his way. Then why didn't Jeffrey have his cell phone with him? I wonder how he communicated with my husband. I felt some kind of unexplainable fear. That's why I decided to go back to my parents' house. Then, I received a message from my husband, who was in a panic when he came home from work. Where are you now? What the hell do you think you're doing leaving me like this? You have no reason to be upset. I was the one who texted you to let you know that my friend was coming, so why are you the one who's still mad at me all this time? Are you listening to me? I told you the other day I didn't get a message. You said there was a transmission error. Don't forget it just for your own convenience. That's why I called you, didn't I? I was trying to make sure that you're okay. You called me? I didn't get that. There you go. You're so full of it. I didn't hear it. I didn't get it. You just forget about it, didn't you? Then why were you trying to text me? You couldn't call me, so you decided to text me, didn't you? I did what I was supposed to do, Rose. You keep telling me about that and you never listen to me. I thought that when we got married, you'd think a little more about me. I was wrong. I've had enough. You just keep one-sidedly bad-mouthing me for selfish reasons. But you can't prove I didn't contact you, can you? Huh? There's no record of text or missed call from you, Kenny. Think about it. How can someone that can be easily erased like that be proof? You're too self-aware. Nobody's after you. That's not what this is about. Yeah, okay. Seems like you're not going to apologize to me. Why should I apologize? You're the one who's sorry, right? I didn't do anything wrong. Then fine, I won't even talk to you. I'm thinking about a divorce. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, you think you can talk to me so selfishly like that? What the hell do you want? What's your purpose? I beg your pardon? I don't trust you anymore. That's why I said I want a divorce. I don't understand why you're blaming me when I didn't do anything wrong. That's why I told you that my friend, Jeffrey, was going to visit our house. You see, this just keeps going back and forth, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. Even if you did text me, why would you call your friend when you're not home? Because Jeffrey said that he didn't have a place to wait. A place to wait, huh? What a lame excuse. There are plenty of places to wait, such as restaurants and so on. Isn't that crazy? Coming all the way to our house when I was the only one there. Don't say bad things about my friend. Okay, let's say I let your friend come inside. What do you want me and your friend to do? You can just prepare dinner or something, like what everyone does when they have a guest coming to the house. Just serve tea and snacks to him. Let him watch TV and make him feel like home. You want me to cook dinner for a stranger? Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's not that hard, is it? That's what a wife is supposed to do. Likewise, if my friend came over, would you serve her dinner? I would if she's your friend. I'll say serve her tea too. Then what if that friend of mine is actually a criminal who just lied to you? You don't have to worry about that. You've never had a friend visiting you in the first place. Anyway, do you really have a friend? That means when the person says that she's your friend, I'll know right away that she's trying to deceive me. Kenny, do you realize that you're contradicting yourself? Huh? I'm just stating about the common sense. You're just being too logical and difficult. Also, you're trying so hard to justify yourself. No, I think I'm just talking plain and simple. That's your common sense. I'm different from you and I'm not that complicated. Then divorce me because I can't be with someone who doesn't value my common sense. Huh? Why are you talking like that? That's so extreme. If that's the way you're talking right now, then yes. But divorce over something like this is overreacting, right? You should think twice. I thought so too. We'd get into trouble over something as trivial as this, you know? I can't continue our marriage to someone I can't have a proper conversation with. I'll report this to your parents too. You think you can do such a selfish thing? I'll forgive you now, so don't make any more trouble and come back. Forgive me? I'm not going back to our house. You have until tomorrow to decide whether you're going to apologize or divorce me. If you don't apologize, let's have a divorce. That's right. I just remembered. Jeffrey was at our wedding. What? What are you talking about out of the blue? We knew each other. He was at our wedding, so he knew you too. That's why he wasn't a stranger. What do you think you're talking about, Kenny? Do you know how many friends you invited to our wedding? There were a lot of people and most of them were your colleagues. How could I remember the face of someone I met only once at the wedding? Don't be so heartless. Jeffrey was there to celebrate our marriage. Do you remember the faces of even one of my friends? Would you recognize them if you saw them on the street? What's wrong? Did you just ignore me because you don't remember any of my friends? Are you just going to forget every single thing that you think is inconvenient for you? Jeffrey is really my friend. Even if I did remember him, it doesn't mean that Jeffrey is my friend, okay? We have never talked to each other. I don't want to spend a few hours alone with a stranger. I don't care even if you ask me to do it for your sake. He's a friend of mine. Why can't you just be nice to him for my sake? If you can't even do that, that's very selfish of you. It's okay that this time it was a friend, but what if the person was my boss? That could affect my promotion. Can you take responsibility if I don't get promoted for the rest of my life because of you? Isn't that the worst thing you could do as a wife? Okay, let's say that the person was a criminal. If I got killed because I invited him in, can you take the responsibility for that? Kenny didn't reply to me. Well, I guess he can't answer that because he has never thought about that possibility. Seems like the divorce is not moving forward. Maybe I should ask for a lawyer. The next day, I looked at my cell phone during my part-time job lunch break. I got a long message from Kenny. I didn't even want to read it. Although the content was in the form of an apology, the message was full of excuses and condescending. No matter how hard I tried, I could not forgive him. One thing that bothered me was that his friend Jeffrey said he wanted to apologize to me. I was thinking about why Jeffrey wants to go through the trouble of meeting me. I felt that something was not right. I wanted to set up a meeting with an attorney to discuss the divorce matter. I contacted my husband but did not receive a response. Then, on the weekend, my husband suddenly came to my parents' house with Jeffrey. When they came, my younger brother and his wife Megan were there. My parents were out. So the five of us, my husband, Jeffrey, my younger brother, and his wife, decided to have a discussion. There was no apology from my husband and Jeffrey. The discussion remained at a standstill. It didn't make any sense. I wondered what they came here for. In the end, I decided to hire an attorney. I asked my husband and Jeffrey to leave that day. Later that day, I was told an unbelievable fact by a certain person. What are you waiting for? All you have to do is get a divorce. You're the one who made things so complicated. What's wrong with you all of a sudden? This is between me and Kenny. It's none of your business, Megan. Of course, it's also my business. I want to marry Kenny as soon as possible. Seriously, what are you talking about? You are my brother's wife. I found out when I visited your house last time. I realized that I was married into this family to meet Kenny. I felt like it was my destiny to be together with him. You're also insensitive, aren't you? Kenny is very fond of me, so he's mine already. He said he'd remarry me as soon as he divorces you. Just go ahead and tell Kenny is not at fault. Well, he doesn't love you anyway. Then you can get a divorce with a clear mind, right? Kenny may feel refreshed, but I don't. If he doesn't love me, then why is he arguing about the divorce? He can just do it straight away if he wants to. Kenny is a smart guy. If he admits that he's at fault, you have to pay alimony, right? He said he doesn't want that to happen. That's not smart. That's just being petty. So since he doesn't want to pay for alimony, he's just going to keep on complaining. I'm appalled. What about Jeffrey then? It's just not right that he keeps popping up multiple times. He has nothing to do with this, so why is he acting like he's a part of this matter? I'll tell you what I think. Jeffrey loves you. Huh? He fell in love with you when he saw you at the wedding, but he gave up on you because you're his friend's wife. But when he and Kenny were having a drink together, Kenny told him that he wanted to divorce you. When he heard that, Jeffrey's love for you had got stronger than before. I'm happy for you. So you and my husband took advantage of that. Well, that's what it comes down to, but it doesn't matter, does it? The truth is that the day Jeffrey went to your house, I got proof of the affair and tried to use it for the divorce. But Jeffrey chickened out at the last minute. Since you turned him away, the whole plan got screwed up. You're just playing hard to get. Do you even know what you're talking about? You're saying that you're trying to take advantage of your own friend. That's very inhuman. It's okay because nothing happened, right? It would have been fun if something had happened. That's not the point. Do you even care about other people's life? If that had happened, Jeffrey would have been arrested by the police. Kenny told Jeffrey not to worry because he would pay for the settlement. Jeffrey said he had no intention of doing any harm to you. He didn't even know he was being used, and he was so eager to go and see you. Poor Jeffrey. He thought that he could be together with you. He's just too sweet, which really makes me want to laugh out loud. You're such a jerk. You can say what you want. It doesn't hurt my feelings at all. At first, I was going to charge you with adultery. But that's too much trouble. Just divorce Kenny as soon as possible. I don't want to wait any longer. You don't have to pay me any more money, so just get out of my life. When Megan contacted me, a chill ran down my spine. I felt as if I were frozen by her curse. It was all planned. I have no trust in my husband anymore. He is more of a stranger to me now. I'm afraid to stay in the marriage any longer, and I don't want him to come up with another nasty plan. I decided to consult an attorney immediately. I was confused with a mix of anger and disappointment. Once I realized that it was a setup, I completely switched myself to an anger mode. I swear that I will not be defeated. Let the war begin from here on. What do you think you're doing, Rose? It's so obvious, isn't it? What you tried to do to me. I'll never forgive you. You have to take responsibility as an adult. I didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't do anything directly to me. You knew about the plan, so it's the same thing. This whole thing has hurt me a lot. I've been scared. That's why I'll make you pay for the alimony. But your brother is going to ask for alimony too because he's divorcing me. I can't pay that much. Don't you dare say that to me. You're still married and you're responsible for hurting my brother's feelings. I also gave him the screenshot of the messages I had with you. You'd better admit it soon, Megan. You don't like waiting, do you? You're the worst thing ever. That's why you're dumped by Kenny. I know, I'm not stupid, so maybe I was too smart for Kenny. But to be honest, I'm grateful to you for giving me the opportunity to divorce my husband like that. Thank you, Megan. You and Kenny are a perfect match. I know it's going to be hard to pay for the alimony from now on, but you and Kenny are capable to do that together. Wait a minute. I'm not finished talking with you. You must drop your lawsuit against me. The alimony from Kenny is enough. You don't have to take it from me too. Hey, don't ignore me. Say something, Rose. Please. That terrible plan was exposed. Kenny and I, Megan and my brother were able to divorce rather easily. My brother and I sued Kenny, Megan, and Jeffrey for alimony. The three of them kept blaming each other. They showed no signs of remorse for what they had done. They are really shabby people. The attorney thought they were malicious and demanded a substantial amount of money for compensation. If they did not comply, they would go to court and contents certified letter will be sent to each company they are working for. With this, Kenny and Jeffrey gave up easily and paid the fee. Megan, who was a housewife, had no way to pay the fee, so she was complaining, but her parents shut her up. Kenny was blamed so badly by my parents, his younger brother, and his own parents, and when he came to my parents' house to write the divorce papers, I was surprised to see that he was like a zombie. But both my parents and my brother say they have no intention of forgiving Kenny. Of course, neither do I. It seems that Megan told Kenny to marry her, but Kenny's parents were against that. It seems that Kenny, who's fed up with all the lecturing from his parents, did not defend Megan and turned her away, saying that he would not marry her. I have returned to my parents' house and am regaining a peaceful life. After what happened, my brother and I were depressed for a while. But both of us were glad that we realized the true nature of Kenny and Megan at an early stage before we had kids.